A young schoolgirl returns home every single night at the exact same hour. She stands at the door, soaked from head to toe, her hair tangled, uniform dirty, and eyes filled with something no one can understand. It happens again and again, yet no one in the house can explain why. Each time she appears, her mother is overcome with fear, her body trembling, her mind unable to accept what she's seeing. The question lingers in the air: who is this girl? And why does her presence terrify her own mother so deeply? The story begins on what seems like an ordinary day. The girl waits outside her school, expecting her mother to pick her up. But instead, she receives a call. Her mother tells her she won't be able to come that day. Left with no choice, the girl decides to walk home alone. As she makes her way through the streets, dark clouds gather and a sudden downpour begins. The rain grows heavier with every step. In the middle of it all, a black car slowly pulls up beside her. A man inside offers her a ride. Hesitant but vulnerable, she agrees and gets in. When the car reaches her home, the man notices something unsettling. The girl looks completely drenched, her appearance disturbed, as if something terrible has already happened to her. But what shocks him even more is her mother's reaction when she sees her, instead of relief. There is pure terror. The mother cannot even look directly at her daughter. It's as if she is staring at something she knows shouldn't exist because her daughter has already been dead for a week. From that moment on, the truth begins to unfold. Every night at the same time, the girl returns in the same condition. Her presence is not of the living, but something far more disturbing. The story then takes us back 10 days earlier, to the day everything changed. A shopkeeper is watching the news, which reports about a serial killer roaming the city. The killer follows a chilling pattern every 10 days. A victim disappears, their body later found stuffed inside a trolley bag and dumped in water. On that very day, a man enters the shop and buys a red trolley bag. His behavior is odd, but not enough to raise suspicion. Round the same time, a pizza delivery boy arrives at the man's apartment. As he hands over the order, he hears strange sounds coming from inside, but ignores them and leaves. Later, it becomes clear that this man is the killer, and the girl becomes his next victim. The killer has a pattern before every murder. He buys a trolley bag and orders pizza. It's a routine that quietly connects all his crimes. Meanwhile, the girl's mother lives in constant fear. Every night, she hides under a table, clutching a cross, praying desperately. Her husband, unable to bear this anymore, tries to convince her that it's all in her mind. He reminds her that their daughter is gone and questions why she is so afraid of her own child. But there is something deeper hidden in their relationship. The girl was not her biological daughter. She was her stepdaughter. Despite living together, there was always a distance between them. The girl could never bring herself to call her mother. That unspoken gap becomes one of the most painful truths in the story. At the same time, the story introduces several other characters whose lives slowly begin to connect a man with her. Violent past becomes a suspect in the murders. A quiet security guard in the building hides secrets of his own. One day, while checking the trash, the guard discovers a school uniform hidden inside a black bag. Realizing its connection to the killings, he confronts the murderer, hoping to blackmail him. But instead, he is killed on the spot. The killer carefully cleans up the scene, using spilled wine to disguise the blood. Everything is done with such precision that no one suspects a thing. Yet, strange events continue to unfold. The delivery boy begins to grow suspicious after recognizing certain details from the news. Slowly, he starts connecting the dots, realizing he may have been face to face with the killer more than once. As the story moves forward, secrets begin to surface one by one. The security guard, who appeared to be an ordinary man, is revealed to be something far more disturbing. Years ago, he himself committed a murder and has been hiding from the law ever since. According to the law, if he avoids capture for a certain number of years, he can no longer be punished. With only a few months left, he chooses to stay silent, even after suspecting the identity of the real killer. Meanwhile, the truth about that tragic day also comes to light. The girl's mother had actually planned to pick her up from school. She had bought a gift for her, wanting to surprise her. But on the way, a small distraction caused her to lose control for just a moment. That single moment changed everything. By the time she reached, it was too late, as the nights pass. The girl's spirit continues to return, but one day, something changes. The mother discovers a small detail left behind by her daughter, a note where the girl had finally accepted her as her real mother. That one realization breaks down all her fear. When the spirit appears again, instead of running away, she embraces her daughter, holding her tightly, crying with regret for all the words left unsaid. At the same time, the tension outside reaches its peak. The killer continues his crimes. But now people are getting closer to uncovering the truth. On a stormy night, everything comes together. The delivery boy, the guard, and others confront the killer inside his apartment. A violent struggle begins. In the chaos, truths collide with past sins. The guard, already haunted by his own crime, loses control and strikes, believing he is ending the killer's life. But what he sees next shakes him completely. The body lying before him is not the killer, but the man he himself had murdered years ago. The realization is terrifying. The past he tried to escape has finally caught up with him, this time in front of witnesses. In the end, the truth is both tragic and haunting. The girl's spirit visited her mother every night, not to scare her, but because of a bond that was never fully expressed in life, and she visited the killer as well, because his actions set everything in motion. If he had never committed his first crime, the chain of events would never have begun, and the girl would still be alive, living a normal, happy life. What remains is a story of regret, guilt, and consequences, where the past refuses to stay buried, and where even after death, some connections are too strong to fade away.